Hello, my dear Leos. This is a love reading, a prediction for Cancer season, June 20 to July 22nd, 2020, with me, Queen of Cups Tarot. This reading in particular is sponsored by Judy, and if you want to sponsor a reading from me, you can follow the donation link in the description box. And this will be a love reading for Leo, Sun, Moon, Rising Sign, and Venus, Vedic or Tropical. The reading can go both ways. The drama is the same, but it can be different castings to the different roles by the universe. So when I tell you that this is you, it might as well be the person or the situation you are dealing with. So use your own intuition and recognition to determine who is who in this reading for you. And if you need more information or help after you have listened to this reading, you can turn to the love readings for the season that is up. Or you can check out the pick a card and near personal readings on the first page of my channel. Click the headline of each playlist to see all the videos that the playlist contains. So I use the Golden Universal Tarot by Roberto De Angelis, and I will start shuffling your cards. So when I open your deck here, I see Two of Cups in the reversed and the Queen of Swords in the upright position. So it seems like maybe you or someone else is judging your relationship here as maybe not following the rules, or maybe we can feel that the relationship isn't good enough, so we're judging it. We think about it a lot and think that, oh, it's unequal, it's not good, this is destructive, or it's not healthy, or we shouldn't be together, or these people shouldn't be together. So it's a situation where we are seeing a lot of flaws with a certain relationship. So I call the divine with love and light, and here we have the Fool together with the Queen of Swords in the reversed. So this might be when we are going against our best judgment. So even if there's one side to us that see that this is not a great relationship, it doesn't have a great foundation, there's an imbalance, maybe one likes the other person more, or one gives more, or some kind of imbalance. But anyway, we are maybe jumping right into it, we'll see. Okay, so I called for archangels in the four corners of the world, and here we have judgment with the very judgmental Queen of Swords. So you are asked to have hope and to, have hope for love, and that love exists and equal love exists. But you're also asked to have a very keen judgment, to not just throw yourself into a situation and thinking everything is great. Okay, so I call the 6 elements, and here we have the Hangman in the reversed and the Queen of Swords in the reversed. Some of you might be dealing with a Libra. This is usually Libra, can be a Gemini or Aquarius also, or maybe another person that have been judging your relationship as something they didn't want. But here with the Hangman in the reverse, it might be that someone has changed their mind about this, or they are... it seems like someone is losing their very judgmental attitude. So either that's you and that you're in risk of endangering yourself, or if that's another person and they have been very scared of the relationship, and now they are kind of want to lose their bitter attitude. So it can go a little bit different ways, and it can be both ways as well. So 6 elements: earth, wind, fire, water. Water. 10 of Wands. Someone is carrying an enormous burden. This is Aquarius, can be a Libra or Gemini as well. So someone has been having a very tough attitude in this relationship, and maybe acting like they didn't care. And that attitude might be crumbling. So eating dirt comes to mind. Don't know why, but so 6 elements: earth, wind, fire, water, spirit, and ether, to come us here today and to give us clear view reading for my dear Leo viewers. So I want my dear Leos to have love in their life and find themselves in loving relationship. I also want you to have creative success and to be able to walk on your highest path towards your highest destiny. So I will just tune into your situation for a few seconds here. So this is the new bottom of the deck, and we have a King of Swords. So some energy maybe rushing into your life. It might be that you will start to think a lot and jump into conclusions, and have this warrior attitude against the people or certain people in particular, and trying to be very smart about things and see through situations and try to judge them and such. But it can also be that this energy is coming into your life in form of a actual person. And this is the old bottom of the deck, and it's a Page of Swords, so it's a little bit calmer energy. It's more distant energy. Maybe before you judge people on a distant, or you didn't let them really close to you. I'm feeling like this orphan energy of a person that has been burnt and therefore not letting people close to them, so just watching them from a distance. So it might be that something has shifted within you where you now feel more triggered to being drawn into the battle almost. So starting to become more like action taking. Maybe before you could keep yourself calm, now you're a little bit more like riding in full charge and thinking a lot of things, so getting a little bit more agitated. But as I said, you might be dealing with a person like this as well, that maybe before were spying on you or looking at you from a distance and having a lot of thoughts but not really acting upon them. And here they might come with a lot of information for you, or a lot of questions like, why did you do this, why did you do that, or what can happen between us, can something happen? So it's a little bit hysterical energy almost. So okay, no, I will actually put this one here, sorry. So this is your behavior, no, what's on your mind, about the person most on your mind. And this is the situation. This is what's on their mind about you. This is your feelings towards them. This is the emotional bond between you two. This is their feelings towards you. This is your behaviors and attitudes towards them. This is the outcome for this relationship in this time that I'm reading for. And this is their behaviors and attitudes towards you. So we'll start with the situation here, and it's death. So it might be that something has ended between you two. Maybe you have watched each other from a distance. So that's a possibility, and that the person wants to rush in back and have something that they want to say to you that maybe was remained unsaid. But it might also be that you have gone through some big transformation, some big changes that has shifted you from this energy of being the Page of Swords, maybe watching the world a little bit from a distance and wanting to re-engage, but doing so with a very defensive attitude at this point, because as this orphan child, you have a lot of negative expectations. So this is what's on your mind about the person most on your mind. And it seems like you are giving up on them. They are going to be this distant forever, or they are a person that don't want to get close to anyone. And by the way, hell is other people. So you start to agree with them. You're thinking it's the same thing. You think the same thing. Now you start to see things maybe their way, that it's better to be on your own. It's better to be single. But it's also deep loneliness here. It's a deep, deep loneliness, like a cry cry for these parents maybe that you never really had, or this feeling of love that you never really got, like being super included with someone and they are kind of including you and having your back. And so it's almost like you're trying to be very tough. I'm hearing a song here, Walk Alone. So I'm going to make a note of this. Walk alone. Walk alone. So to not get hurt, there's a person that wants to be isolated, don't want to be with other people, and also feel kind of destined to walk alone, destined to, it's always going to be like this. So I don't feel bitterness per se, maybe a little bit bitterness, but mostly like deep sense of loneliness in this connection. So I feel like you think that the world have proven over and over that the world is not really there for you. You are you feel isolated in the world. You don't feel super connected, at least not to this person here. You don't feel connected to them. You might wanted to be connected to them, but maybe they refused your connection, or maybe you refused your connection because of something that you judged with them, or something that needed to change with the death here. So this is what's on their mind about you, and we have the World card here. So if there's a person approaching you at this time in this season, Cancer season, it might be that they want some kind of closure, that they want to put things to rest with you, or put things to peace. There's a lot of things unsaid. They want to rush in and tell you all those things, or things that were left untold. Maybe they kept a lot of secrets from you. You seem to think that they are a person that's very not particularly outspoken and like a loner, or a person that don't want to expose themselves or reveal themselves. So maybe they want to come and reveal themselves to you. It seems like they have very high thoughts of you, that they think that you are their everything. Maybe they believe that you are soulmate, or it was destined for you to meet, but something happened probably that screwed things up. So many of you will have been going through a breakup between you, and this person might have regrets from that breakup, and they would want to let you know, at least this way, that they honor you, that they think the world of you, and that they believed it was destiny that you met, and also that they feel kind of forever connected with you. So that's what's on their mind. But if I should believe you, and they are this kind of hermit person, they might never have the guts to tell you. Okay. So it's only major arcana cards here, so we can see that it's big things going on. The angels and your spirit guides and your grandmother and grandfather are involved here and trying to fix this. It's probably some big showdown, like some big old karmic situation that doesn't only involve you two, but might involve a lot of people that have made the same mistake in generations. So there's a lot of eyes on you for how this is going to be solved. So this is the bond between you, the emotional bond, and we can see the 10 of Wands. So I'm feeling from this side, which is the kind of feminine side, this is masculine. So if you identify more as a masculine person, either it doesn't have to be that you are a male, it can be that you're a girl, but a little bit more masculine in your approach to the world. And if you feel like you're a little bit feminine, you will be on this side. So 10 of Wands, you had decided to put this situation down, that you didn't want to carry this burden anymore. This relationship has felt like a burden. And for one person, it was a burden because they didn't feel loved enough. They didn't feel seen or heard. And their love, or their dreams of love, seemed impossible. Like they had to fight so hard and put so much effort in that they had to kind of give their blood and bone to this relationship. And from the other side, I'm feeling like they had this intense shield. So it's one carrying the whole relationship, and for other person, this is a shield. It's a person that doesn't want to expose themselves. They are holding back all their intentions, like all their words of love. If one word slips out, they will, immediately get a little bit like high strung and nervous because that slipped out. So it's a person that's trying to have a lot of self-control, and they want to be seen in the world in a particular light, so they don't want to expose their real self. So it's like their real self, their soul is in prison, and they are carrying this great load. It might be something that has been imposed of them by culture, like a very masculine attitude, for example, that you need to be cool, you can't show weakness, you can't show empathy or love or tears. So this person is living in a prison where they are not allowed to have their true expression. So we can understand that there's an unfair dynamic in this relationship, that there's an imbalance because one person is trying to carry the whole load forward to get to that castle, for example, having commitment or, fulfilling their dreams together with this other person. It can be any kind of dream. And so they're really struggling to get there, but the other person isn't really helping because they don't even express that they share the dream. So that's very imbalanced. And here we have what will probably be Leo's emotions towards this person, and it's a magician. So it seems like most Leos identify from a feminine perspective will feel like the other person is a player, and they rather play than being played at this point. So it's a person that you feel that the person isn't to be trusted, so you don't want to communicate with them maybe, or your emotions is that you want to get on top of this relationship. You don't want to be the one that's being manipulated. You're rather being the one that manipulates at this point. But clearly it feels like you think that the other person is player. So you feel like they are player. And this is their feelings towards you. And we have the Wheel of Fortune in the reversed. So it seems like they don't want to repeat the old with you, but we still have the wheel, the world here. So world and the wheel both are circular. So they don't want to repeat the old with you, but they probably would want to have some kind of stability, maybe getting back to becoming friends, or they feel kind of dragged back into an old situation which they tried to get out of with having this cool attitude. But it's like a big rubber band wants to throw them backwards and into this karmic wheel again. And they're trying to moving forward out of this karmic wheel. But the karmic wheel is kind of demanding to be solved. So there's no escaping from this one. It seems like karma says you need to solve this. You can't. So basically what would happen here if karma had its way is the person breaking down and their true self shining through. But for that person, it will feel like dying, because their whole goal is to stand strong and not let this happen. So this person really needs to be broken down for this to happen. And I can feel for that person that would mean a real breakdown of some sort. So it might be that a lot of things would be taken away from this person, so that they would be on their barren knees and then like asking why I tried my best, and the divine saying, now try your worst, show your real self, the self that you are trying to hide, the self that you don't want want people to see. So show that person, and we will make things easier for you. So that's what I'm feeling here. But the person is 10-10. They kind of want to go a more gracious road. I think they feel this urge, like something isn't right. Like something was left untold, or they did things in a shitty way from their perspective, and they want to fix things. So they would want to come like an angel graciously and say, I was to blame, and yada yada yada, and then they want to leave the situation again, and then they would hope that they will be free, that they will, okay, now it needs to be solved. And so there's a long road for this person to realize that that's not going to, that's not going to be the solution. And by the time when this person realized that that's not going to be the solution, I need to go back and actually fix this with this person here. It might be too late. It's probably going to be too late, because 10-10, it can take 10 years for this person, or 20 years for this person to come to that place. So this might not be solved even in this lifetime. But at this point, this person's solution seems to be, I will go back and make it all right. So I will come in like this angel and make it all right. And, well, we'll see. So this is your behaviors and attitudes towards this person. And it's 8 of Wands. So it seems like you don't want to give a crap about this person. You want to move on from them. You might have blocked them on every different place where they could reach you. So that's also going to make this extra difficult. And you don't want to hear anything they have to say. So it's basically talk to the hand here. So I'm not seeing an easy solution to this situation. You don't want to communicate. You don't want to communicate. Hell is other people. And this is their behaviors and attitudes. They want to come in and be your hero and try to put things right with you. But they come as a Knight of Wands. It's a beautiful, beautiful energy. They think everything can be solved by a touch of their wand, their magical wand, and things will be all right. So it can be a person that has a little bit naive view on the world, and maybe also a naive view on themselves. It's almost like childlike when we are maybe in the age of 3 and realizing that we are separate from other people, and maybe we are the only person that exists, and we start to want to make an impact on the world. We want to tie our own shoes. So I think this person is a little bit like a 3-year-old in that sense, that they think that if they would just come and say these gracious words, everything would be put all right. So they almost feel like they are they have a lot of power, or they are godlike in a sense. So they would want to, at least. I think there's a deep insecurity inside this person, since they can't allow themselves to be themselves. So there's a big split between themselves and themselves. And one side is very naive and full of belief about their own capacity and their own impact on the world and other people. They almost feel like they have magic hands or magic touch, so they can fix anything. And on the other hand, there's a big chunk of themselves that they are totally in denial of. So I think their true power isn't at all present for them. So they are like a half human almost, like they are only half themselves or a bit of themselves. And the reason to why they have this very big belief is when people are looking at children or immature people, they immediately see that they have shortcomings, that they have things that insecurities and things they don't know yet. So people are usually very, very helpful towards people that's immature like this, or children, and trying to lift their spirit, trying to lift and elevate them. Maybe that's what you did, and now you're tired of it. You don't want to do that anymore. But this person with the behaviors that they have met in the world, where people have oh, you're so great, you're so wonderful, they believe them. So it doesn't mean that they are not great and they are not wonderful. It just means that there's a dissonance here, because I feel that people have seen this person and their shortcomings and try to be extra generous towards them, and now they have this somewhat an attitude towards themselves and the world that doesn't really cling with reality. Okay, and this is the outcome for this season, Cancer season, for this relationship. And we have the Two of Coins in the reversed. So Two of Coins, it's this troublesome karma and this imbalance in this relationship. I'm seeing it being the topic, but I'm not seeing it being solved. It's very obvious that it can't be solved, because this probably the Leo side here will not be petting this person's head anymore and saying, yeah, good boy or good girl, you're doing such a nice job, and trying to encourage them to do better. This person doesn't give a crap about what that person does. So they can, do a big show, and this person won't be super impressed by that. So I'm getting a song, actually. It's that don't impress me much. It's a like country kind of song, a little bit not old per se, but older. And definitely not a situation that will be able to be solved, because it's rather that this person will come in and smash their head towards a brick wall, and that is going to turn their whole world upside down. They believe they have this power to make everyone happy in their surrounding by acting maybe in different ways in different situations, and trying to really hold all the balls in the air and making everyone liking them. But then you don't like them at all, it seems, and that will screw up their world picture. And we have this 8 here, with the bond, which karma bond that I feel here with you, and that this person is so affected by, while you seem to have gone on a vacation and you don't want to be even engaged in this situation. So I'm going to take another card for your feelings. Win or lose. So you have a very warrior attitude. It's just this talk to the hand. I don't care. See if I care. I don't care. So, and this is the other person's feelings. So they want to make a move. So it's really not best timing. But I think they are kind of scheduled to run into the brick wall, so they can have this breakdown. And you are in perfect mood to receive them, because you would play the role of the brick wall. If you weren't this tired, you couldn't be the brick wall, and then they wouldn't have the breakdown, because they think they can come in and fix things, and the fixing won't happen. So that will turn their world around, and that will be maybe the beginning of their breakdown. So I'm going to take another card for the outcome here. Seek the truth. So it's the advice for you to try to see the reality of what is happening. So now it's not the time to pet this person on their head. It's actually the time to see the truth, that this person is actually just kind of 3 years old in their maturity, and that they don't have the capacity to give you what you want. That it's not your dream is not going to be fulfilled with this person. And so that seems to be your job to tell them that you see the truth, that they don't have the capacity to give you what you want, or to, nothing they can say will make whatever happened that made you this. It's not like you're cold. It's just like you don't care. So something has happened. If this relationship comes as a topic here, even though it seems like you are not super invested, it still means a lot for your personal growth and your spiritual awakening and your happiness. But at this point, you seem very. No one can rock you in your belief that this is a bullshit relationship. So if they come to you, you will tell them just that. And that's your job, is what I'm seeing. So I hope this resonated with some of my Leos out there. I hope this didn't resonate with you, because I want love for you. But it seems like you have this work to wake people up, and that's what you do. So personal happiness will come for you, just maybe not exactly with this person here, which you have a karma with. Okay, so thank you so much for watching, and I hope this was helpful. If you like my content and want to support my channel, you can do so not only by watching, but also by liking, commenting, subscribing, and sharing my videos. You can also donate to my channel through the link in the description box, or make Google Donate by clicking my ads, or watch them for 30 seconds or to the end of the ad, whichever comes first. That is keeping my humble revenue up, so I can still free up time to make content for you on this channel. And thank you so much in advance. I'm truly grateful for my wonderful, loving, and supporting viewers. And your amazing comments make my day. So until next time, take really good care, and bye-bye.